What you see in today's is the tip of the iceberg, and we needed a leader who can take us to the next level. And we, the board, are very smart. We just need to find one right person. That's Shirley. A great leader who can help those who are in trouble so they can do better. And a great leader knows how to make those efficient people be more efficient. That is our Shirley. She has over 30 years of proven record in the private and public sectors. It was hard for us to lead her this way. It took us minimum 3 years. She's been pursued 15 years, but last 3 years we've been pretty aggressive. And finally we were able to find a way to touch her heart. Thank you, Cheryl, for joining us. She has, I selected a few of those. She is a living pioneer by Northwest Asian Weekly Foundations. And she was chosen to be the community voice by international examiners. And she is recognized as 6 new rising stars of the next generation by Seattle Times editorial board. We now have 1 star at KWA. And we are thrilled to have the star on board and ready to provide all the support so she can take us to the next level so we can be the communities in service. And she will bring us to the community so we can tell the community what the excellence means.
Okay. Firstly, congratulations to Mr. Shelley on her appointed as Executive Director. With Ms. Shelley, we look forward to the Korean Women Association become even more developed. So we Consulate General in Seattle hope to work and progress with the Korean community to further growth and proper peace in Washington. 이런 게 와서 짧게 좀 이렇게 임팩트 있게 뭔가를 남겨봐야 되겠다라고 해서 이승용으로 삼행시를 한번 재보겠습니다. 눈을 띄워주시면 제가 줘볼게요. 한번 해주십시오. 이승용 변호사와 함께하는 대한부인회는 승승장구할 일만 남았다. 짧은 거 아닙니다. 대한부인회요? 영원하라!
이승용 씨가 그동안의 사회 활동 이런 거 우리를 선도했었던 이런 부분들은 대충 다 아실 거예요. 특히 이제 선거대 같은 때가 되게 되면은 우리 사회의 치어리더구나. 다 으쌰으쌰 이런 거는 앞에서 많이 해주고 하셨거든요. 이런 부분들. 그리고 또 제가 이제 어느 날 KC를 하면서 우리 임원들하고 초대를 받았어요. 그래서 집에 갔는데 그때 어머니도 여기 오셨지만 맛있는 음식을 대접을 받고 또 집안을 돌아보게 됐는데 어머니의 영향을 굉장히 많이 받은 것 같아요. 목사님도 계시지만은 신앙심이 아주 두터운 그런 집안에서 자라기 때문에 심지가 굳고 결심을 하게 되면은 결심을 끝까지 밀어붙이는 이런 거 제가 일하면서 같이 보았죠. 그리고 또 되게 이런 얘기에서는 미안하지만 학벌이라든가 이런 것도 잘 들어서 하시겠지만 늦게라도 변호사 공부를 끝마치고 그리고 MBA 하여튼 지금 우리 부인회에서 이리로 일하기에 정말 알맞은 그런 학벌과 또 그런 캐릭터 이런 걸 갖고 있어요.
First, I'd like to congratulate the Korean Women's Association on landing as Executive Director, the amazing Cheryl Lee. I don't know how you feel about Margaret Thatcher, the late Prime Minister of the UK, but I think we can all agree that she was pretty good at making a point. About politics, she said, quote, "If you want anything said, ask a man. if you want anything done, ask a woman. And Cheryl Lee is a woman who gets things done. As you may already know, Cheryl has the energy and drive of a team of at least 10 people. Just look at her track record. She was a founding member of the City Council for Shoreline. She was an engineer at Boeing. She was a marketing director at Microsoft. She is a successful attorney. And as I'm sure you know, she has held numerous roles as a community leader. And she is so dedicated to these roles. She hosts meetings for community members and feeds them at her home. She has arranged countless events in the community. She even cleans up parks on weekends. That is Cheryl Lee. Indeed, she is a woman who gets things done. I know this from personal experience. When I applied to be a judge on the Washington State Court of Appeals, Cheryl was immediately, incredibly, very supportive. She was instrumental in garnering support for my candidacy, including the support of the incomparable Martha Cho, who is here with us tonight. And ultimately, the governor appointed me to the position. Later, when I applied to be a federal judge, in my current position, Cheryl was again incredibly supportive. But I am merely one of countless beneficiaries of Cheryl's magic. This is because the well-being of the Korean American community and the community at large is always on her mind and is always near and dear to her heart. For example, recently Cheryl and I attended the investiture of Commissioner Solomon Kim, a fellow Korean American, at Snohomish County Superior Court. And I ran into Cheryl at the reception. And instead of wasting any time on small talk, while she was eating her dinner, she immediately launched into a discussion with me about up-and-coming Korean American lawyers and what we could, identifying them and what we can do to support them. She's always thinking, she always has her eye on the ball. And if you would indulge me for just a few more moments, I'd like to widen the lens and talk just a little bit more about the big picture, the bigger picture. I've been thinking a lot lately about what makes a democracy strong. And I think a key ingredient is how immigrant and marginalized communities are treated. Community leaders and nonprofit organizations can be instrumental in this regard.
And so I know that Cheryl is a little bit nervous about stepping in. You know, despite all she's done, I think Cheryl and I met when you were thinking about running for city council. There was never any doubt that she would win. And she went on to serve and do remarkable things as a member of the first Shoreline City Council. She was instrumental in helping bring KAC here and a branch here because, again, she understood the needs of the community. I have watched Cheryl go from one remarkable position, Amazon, Microsoft, a partner in a real estate law firm. But the common through thread, and you've heard from Judge Chung and the chair, is love and service to community. If I had to turn to one person in the community, excuse me, to get something done, I would call Cheryl. There was never any question that if I asked for her help, it would get done. You and I both know there are other people who you'd have to call 10 times, and you'd have to nag. I never had to worry about that with Cheryl. Cheryl has helped really grow not only the community, but our elected representation. She has helped ensure support for people like John. She has been an early ear to candidates and helped fundraise and help guide them and help be a mentor herself. It's one of the reasons why we have many Korean Americans in elected office today. So I have no doubt that Cheryl will bring all of her talents and skills and her sensitivity and love. But she also has a tremendous respect and love, having been part of KWA for so many years. You know, I was looking at these beautiful birds, and to me this represents KWA. A flock flying together in unison, all relying on each other, going in the same direction. But there's often a bird out in front, right, that leads the way.
It is with great excitement and honor, but some apprehension as I take on this role. It is exciting, but I also realize that I stand on the shoulders of giants. I think Martha already alluded to many of our founding KWA members, as well as the board emeritus members. I mean, when I started talking with KWA, right now, I don't know if you all know or not, but there was no executive director for about a year. The board, there's executive committee that met every week to make sure this organization was functioning, in addition to their monthly meetings. I mean, that is some serious commitment. And I also, I don't know if I can even share, but I'll share it. I've also heard in the past, one of the emeritus put up her own personal collateral to take out a loan for this organization so that the employees could get paid. Talk about commitment. And so it's the shoulders of those giants that I am standing on top of, really. And I'm just super honored and excited to be here. We definitely got our work cut out, but I'm also appreciative of the incredibly dedicated staff, employees, leaders that are making KWA do what it does every day. All of the staff, will you stand up and be recognized? I mean, in order for KWA to be what it is, it wouldn't have been possible without your sacrifice, your hard work. And I've only been here day number 4, 3.5, and I can already see it and feel it. And so I'm excited. I'm looking forward to working with you and really leveraging that commitment and that passion so that we collectively share the vision to build on top of what KWA is today. Phenomenal organization, driving impact every day, serving the most vulnerable in our community so that they can have lead safe and dignified life. I love that word, dignified life. And that's part of our mission statement here, that we partner with the community members to ensure that we empower everybody in our community to be able to live that safe and dignified life. And I think that's an incredible mission, and I'm so glad that all of us are behind that purpose-driven mission. And my vision is collectively, we're going to work together to make KWA be that center of excellence for serving our seniors, and it'll be the place of choice for people to come want to work, and those people who have the heart and passion for purpose-driven missions. I hope and I expect KWA to be that place for everyone. As a child of the immigrant, I grew up here, and I know that serving our elderly, our senior, it's not even a consideration. It's a given, and I'm glad that I grew up with those values. And again, that's one of the things that attracted me to KWA, all of the work that, no longer we do in senior housing and senior services and many of the programs there. And there's still a gap. We need to look at what assisted living means for many in our community that need culturally sensitive and linguistically sensitive services. We don't have a strategy, we don't have a plan, but I hope that I could work with all of you to make sure that we have a vision and we work toward that so that we continue to be the agency of choice that really knows how to drive and provide and deliver quality services to our 여러분 너무 감사합니다. 제가 처음에 대한부인회에서 이렇게 하셨을 때 저는 제가 퀄리피케이션이 없다 그랬어요. 아니 이렇게 마이크로소프트, MSN에서 맨날 일만 하고 다니던 변호사가 무슨 이런 큰 단체를 할 수 있느냐고 자격이 없다 그랬어요. 그럴 때 많은 분들이 열정과 그 다음에 그런 헐트만 있으면 된다 그래서 그럼 좀 할 수 있겠다고. 농담 반이고요. 저는 정말 이 자리에 이렇게 선 자체가 지금 굉장히 떨리고 좀 두렵긴 합니다. 그렇지만 또 저를 위해서 도우시는 분들이 너무 많기 때문에 또 자신감을 가지고 열심히 노력하려고 합니다. 이렇게 굉장히 이 시간에도 복을 받았다고 생각하는 그 이유 중에 하나는요. 저에게는 정말 저를 사랑해 주시고 헌신하시고 희생하신 기도해 주시는 부모님이 계시고 So I want to introduce my mom, young lady. 네, 그리고 저에게는 또 저희 은인이 있으세요. 제가 한국에서 7살 때, 8살 때 우리 미국으로 이민 왔거든요. 근데 저는 항상 많이 사람들에게 그래요. 내가 지금까지 한국에 있었다면 내 삶이 어떨지 상상도 하기 싫다 그랬어요. 그렇지만 우리 가족을 미국으로 초청해 주시고 제가 여기서 나름대로 열심히 살 수 있게끔 우리 가족의 은인이 되신 우리 이모님이 계세요. 이모, I love you. 있어서 저는 복받은 사람입니다. 그리고 저에게는 선생님이, 멘토들이 있어요. 선생님이 있고 정말 저를 가르쳐 어렸을 때부터 야, 남을 위해서 희생 좀 하는 놈들이 되라고 굉장히 이렇게 막 저랑 많이 싸우고 야단치시고 저에게 인플루언스를 주신 목사님이 계세요. 우리 최인규 목사님. I am also fortunate to have had my mentor for many, many years. And even when deciding on this, I had coffee with her multiple times and sought her wisdom. Thank you, Martha. My 저는 또 복받은 이유 중에 하나가 저는 사랑하는 친구들이 있어요. 그래서 이 시간에 정말 저랑 30년 함께한 친구들이 지금 3명이 다 와 있어요. My friends for over 30 years. Can you believe it? Am I blessed or what? So Stacy, Sandy, Ann, thank you so much for being here. And then of course, you know, I cannot leave out my family. They have, you know, 사람들이 그래요. 이승영 씨 이렇게 한다고 칭찬을 하시지만 정말 그걸 할 수 있게 해주는 그 원동력, 그 바람은 제 가족이에요. 저는 never for a minute do I ever forget that it's my family. And I'm the one who always gets the spotlight, but it's my sisters and my brother and my nephews and niece who really provide me that. So I want to say thanks to Kyuk and Nathan 정말 많이 격려해 주시고 또 대한부인회가 우리 한인 사회만 있는 것이 아니라 미국 전체 사회에서 우리 한인들이 또 얼마만큼 영향력을 발휘할 수 있고 또 정말 좋은 일들을 많이 할 수 있도록 여러분 많이 격려해 주시고 도와주세요. I want to say thank you again. It's going to be an exciting, fun ride. And
These are expensive. I like your
all right. You know what?